up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Indiana, George Hill out there with Ellis. Then there's Ian Mahimi. Then it's Paul George. And it's Allen in at the 4 spot.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, GA, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
Yeah, as a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot at the end. Season-high win streak of 6 to stay playoff relevant. It was just too little, too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year.
Now with the shot.
Anthony with the bucket.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And George kicks to Allen. Puts it up. That's short off the rim.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Calderon passes to Porzingis. And that comes off the assist by Calderon. Porzingis has got his first basket.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Hill dishes to Ellis. It's back to Hill. It's George on the wing. 5 to shoot. And it's good.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down. Emphatic throw down there.
That one reverberated throughout the building.
Nothing soft about his approach at the attack. Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
New York moving the ball around. Porzingis passes to Carmelo. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Here's Ellis. Aaron Aflalo picking up that last basket. Ellis kicks to George. Mahimi dishes to George. Wide open. The shot by Mahimi, no good.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while. You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Allen outside. Pass to Ellis. It's stolen by Calderon. And even 3-on-3 break. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Indiana. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Ellis, that's good.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Anthony, the pass to Porzingis. The Knicks rebound. And it's Lopez penetrating.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. That's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
You know, and Paul George played the first few years of his career in the NBA with 24 on his back. And as you can see, he now goes with 13 after making the switch prior to last year.
The Knicks lead by 6. Calderon kicks to Anthony. Porzingis passes to Anthony. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now here is Hill. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And he gets it to go.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Lavoy Allen. Now here is George. He has 6.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Anthony nowhere around. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, is a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and he'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
Well, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively, and that can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense, but they never seem to attack the rim at all.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Langston Galloway's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Grant in for Jose Calderon.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
As you mentioned, the Knicks very shy at going to the rim last year. Really could have used that dynamic among a lot of things to their game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, think about this. The Knicks were last in the league in drives per game as a team. So they struggled shooting when they did attack the rim, only 42%. So those areas have to improve if this team wants to become competitive.
And George, here we go. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
14.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
From deep. Here's Anthony. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And George, here we go. Miles, that's for 2. No good. New York leading by 16. Galloway, no good. And here we go. Fast break. Turner's got it. Ellis wide open. The shot's good on the assist by George. And it's 7 points for Ellis.
And you can see the break slowed down for him to kind of pick his spot. And boy, was he open.
And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul. Here's Anthony. 15 points in the game. 6 on the shot clock. Grant dishes to O'Quinn. And he stuffs that one.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
There's the bucket. Good. And it's 9 points for Monte Ellis.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Here's O'Quinn, and he gets the bucket. O'Quinn's got 6 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks. They continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
A different look for New York. Williams comes in for Kevin Seraphin. And it's Lance Thomas in for Anthony. Then for the Pacers, Jordan Hill, he's checked in for George. And Robinson III comes in for Ellis. Young is subbed in for George Hill. It's tipped. Stolen by O'Quinn. Here's Thomas. The shot misses. So Indiana will take it the other way.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Robinson misses. New York leading by 17.
Pacers foul call. Joseph Bruce. That's his first personal foul. Timeout charge to the Pacers.
And the Pacers call time here.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
On defense, the Pacers. 17-point game. Here's Galloway. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Clock at 2. That misses off the backboard.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Robinson kicks to Turner. In the corner, Miles with it. And pushing it up. Here's New York. And the basket by Thomas. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Knicks.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Here's Galloway. Offline with his 3.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
That's good. Young's got his first points in this one.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Grant the pass to O'Quinn. Thomas gets a wide open look. Hill pulls it in.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there. Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
And here's Young from the arc. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. The Knicks leading by 18. Galloway kicks to Williams. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's his first trip to the line.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And because he struggled with his free throw shooting so much last season, I thought he was hesitant at times to be aggressive. Wasn't looking to draw contact and was trying to avoid getting to the foul line.
And they've been the more physical team offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line.
A big disparity in the free throws, and that's been a big boost to their offense.
Young dishes to Turner. And he jams it with authority.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
A pass that long had better be on target. Otherwise, it's impossible to make a play.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. It's the Knicks. They lead by 18. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And the Knicks guys have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
Williams is out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then it's Thomas. Then there's Grant. And it's Galloway in the 2 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Hill with it. Now defended by Grant. Hill passes to Mahimi. Outside for Miles. There's the pass to George. Feeds it to Mahimi. Goes back up. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist in this one.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And for C.J. Miles, he sure can string together a long line of threes under the league with a nice jump shot that has now become deadly.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the free throw line much, and he's not really much of a playmaker, but he's 3D in color. HD 3D.
That's his first personal foul.
And talking about C.J. Miles, he was filthy last year. Indiana needed his spark offensively, especially without Paul George in the lineup. Miles responded by putting up career highs in points and minutes played. Just an unbelievable impact on the season.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Here's Hill. Poked away. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Anthony leading the charge. Calderon kicks to Anthony. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Pass to Calderon. The tray. Shot is off. And Indiana will go the other way with it.
And for most every team out there, guys, they're looking for a guy like C.J. Miles. Decent size, natural movement skills, and can absolutely shoot the lights out. Call them buckets, because that's a lethal formula. Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
The drive by Anthony. And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And he bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right there for sure.
He'll take those all day.
Misses the 3.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
The Knicks leading by 16. And a follow kicks to Calderon. Here's Porzingis. Tries again. The shot's good from Lopez.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Hill drives in. And a fast break now for New York. Here's Porzingis. That ball's nice speed this time from Jose Calderon. Calderon's got his 4th assist in this one. George with no one around. Drops one in from the wing. George has got 7 points for the quarter. Calderon dishes to Carmelo. Back to Calderon. They get it again. Porzingis passes to Aflalo. Anthony kicks to Calderon. Some nice passing by New York here. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Grant, he's checked in for Jose Calderon. In Indiana with the change here too. Chase Budinger, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. Pacers trail by 18. And it's Ellis penetrating. George against Lopez. And stolen by Aflalo. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
On the wing, Ellis. He's guarded by Aflalo. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. So it'll be Monte Ellis shooting. It goes on Jaren Grant.
Tell you what, Monte Ellis is one of the best second-round draft picks of all time in the league, not just the last decade. I mean, this guy was a 5-star recruit out of high school, committed to college, but changed his mind and entered the draft, where the Warriors stole him with the 40th pick in 2005. Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geek.
And that's what the alley-oops guys will do for your team.
Pacers trail by 15. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Here's Mahimi. And the Pacers tack on 2 more. The Knicks leading by 13. Passes it to Porzingis. Lopez right side. Grant outside. Dishes to Lopez. 4 on the clock. The 3 from Anthony. And it's Anthony again missing. The Pacers have gone 7 of 9 in their field goal attempts here in the second quarter. Pretty good offense. And a fast break now for New York. Grant leading the charge.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Now the feed to Budinger. To the middle. Here's Hill. Lopez with the block. Outside Anthony. Out left to the wing. Lopez a screen. Grant kicks to Anthony. And it's sent back by Hill. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him. But with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
It's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Jose Calderon, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Vujacic in for Grant. Indiana also making some changes. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Mahimi. Allen comes in for George. Young is subbed in for Hill. Here's Young. The Knicks pull it in. O'Quinn's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And getting back to Carmelo last year, that team really became devoid of talent. In some games, Greg, in games that he played, he seemed like their only scoring option.
You know, we talk about needing a big 3 to compete for a championship. And for over half the season last year, the Knicks basically had a big half. I mean, because Carmelo missed that half. And when the deck is stacked against you like that, sometimes it's better to fold your cards and live to play another day. And that's really what Carmelo did.
And Young, here we go. On the wing, Ellis. Budinger against Anthony. Stolen by Serafin. Calderon for 3. Rebound Hill. Pacers trailed by 18. Here's Ellis. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
What a game for Ellis. 12 points, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of helpers, too.
He really has, Clark. Always with his head up, looking to make the pass, trying to find the open man.
Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
That is good.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
And Young comes over to help. Vujicic hits it from three-point range. Vujicic has got 6.
Yeah, Monte did have a lot of big second halves for the Mavs last season. Seems like at least half a dozen games for them, he would just take over. Started to get looked at as the top go-to guy late.
2 shots.
And for Monte, it makes sense to go to him late in games. He's so fast that he can create a shot anytime he wants. And very rarely does he not give you a chance to win with just 1 shot remaining.
It's tipped. Stolen by Allen. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Budinger. Off target with his 3. The Knicks leading by 17. Calderon kicks to O'Quinn. Puts up the baby hook. A second chance effort. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. The Knicks have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
So far in the game for O'Quinn, he has 9 points and a steal.
And we really just need to take a second to appreciate the all-around effort he's put out there today.
Well, the numbers paint the picture, and he has been what we call in my vernacular, you know where I'm going here, guys, stat sheet stuffer supreme.
Oh, supreme. So that takes it to a whole nother level when you get supreme in terms of your stats.
And Kellogg's, right?
Yes.
Kellogg's. And Jose Calderon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Pacers have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4 of 7 from the foul line tonight.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
You know, it's really quite amazing when you look at Chase Budinger. I mean, statistically, he was the same player last year as when he was a rookie across every category, even smaller categories like steals and blocks, almost identical output 5 seasons apart.
Ellis goes in over to the left wing. Ellis draws the double to the left side wing. Just 5 on the clock. Knocked loose. Stolen by Serafin. Here's the 3. And it's Calderon, that time on the assist by Anthony. Calderon's got 9.
69. 50.
And going back to Chase Budinger, a terrific athlete with a plus shooting stroke. He definitely has some talent, but Greg, his inability to play consistent defense and his subpar ball handling have capped his career minutes at around 20 a game.
Yeah, and that's why he was a second-round pick way back when. I mean, scouts knew he was a somewhat talented player, but just not a complete one.
Offensive rebound. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
New York leading by 21. Calderon kicks to O'Quinn. Here's Serafin.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
For New York, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
Young outside. Got a piece of it. Stolen by O'Quinn. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. It's the Knicks running away with this one. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
You know, and as effective as he was at slashing to the hoop in that first half, even better at finishing once he got there.
Guys, we saw some amazing dunks from him. I can't imagine he'll be able to top those in these last two quarters, but I'd love to see him try.
On the court right now for the Pacers. They've got Robinson. Turner is up there with Paul George. Then there's Ian Mahinmi. And it's Hill in the one. New York calls timeout. So for the Knicks, Zingas is checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Grant comes in for Jose Calderon. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Sasha Vujacic. Pacers on defense. Anthony dishes to O'Quinn. To the middle. Grant, that's good.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Yeah, something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand.
That's his third personal foul.
And here are the Pacers now. And it's Hill penetrating. Outside, George. Robinson kicks to Mahinmi. Shot clock at 5. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year. Just lacked any real presence in the paint. And lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
Second free throw, no good. You know, at the Knicks, they were second to last in field goal percentage from their front court. Granted, they were hit by injuries that seemed like all over the place all season.
Yeah, you know, with that poor field goal percentage shooting and being top 3 in field goal attempts on the year, not a good combination.
Hill passes to Robinson. Robinson sets a screen for Hill. Can't hit. Some solid defense from Grant.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Galloway. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Anthony against George. And O'Quinn sends it back. Here's Grant. And airballs the triple. That one was way off.
Can't connect there, but still a red-hot start to the half, hitting 4 of their first 5 field goal attempts.
And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Indiana again missing. Here's Anthony. The rebound by Turner.
ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
And it's Robinson with the jam.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty. And he just has that, Clark, that effortless knack for getting inside.
And guys, how about how fearsome he is at times? I mean, you'd hate to be the guy tasked with guarding him.
Here's O'Quinn. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
Robinson kicks to Hill. It's deflected.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket. There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
The Pacers have gone 7 of 11 from the line.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
Here's Porzingis. No good. Good work defensively by Turner. Here's Robinson. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Timeout.
And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about. But all around the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yeah, 3rd in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench. 1st in the NBA in bench rebounding. And top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
And the Pacers call time here. Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
Lopez is checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Calderon in for Grant. The Pacers also with a sub. Miles is checked in. Hill dishes to Mahinmi. Outside Robinson. Hill has the open look. Kept alive by Indiana.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Here's Robinson, and it's sent back by Lopez. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. Thomas with the ball. Robinson picks him up. Galloway, the pass to Williams. Calderon kicks to Thomas. Shot from the wing. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Pacers trail by 21. To the inside. It's tipped. All alone. Thomas flushes it down to finish the break.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
For Indiana, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Here's George. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for New York.
Well, they forced a decent number of turnovers in this one, fellas, and they've turned most of those turnovers into points.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
It's stolen by Hill. And here they come. And here's Miles outside. Knicks with the rebound.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply. George having a fantastic game. He has 23 points, and his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive.
You know what? He's the catalyst. He's the reason why this team plays with such harmony. And if his passing continues, they are going to be dangerous.
Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
Substitution.
Young's checked in for George Hill. Calderon for 3. Here's Lopez. Robinson with the block. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Some changes for Indiana. Lavoy Allen comes in for George. And it's Ellis in for Young. Double team on Williams. And Thomas now, top of the key. Calderon dishes to Galloway. Shot clock at 6. Thomas passes to Williams. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Williams has got 5.
66.
From a man PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 three-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
There's the dish to Thomas. Offensive rebound. Kicks to Galloway. And it's Thomas at the elbow. He dishes it to Galloway. Tries yet again. Here's Lopez. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Lopez has got 4 this quarter.
And guys, talking about Paul George, the continued improvement of his ball handling is key to generating more offense. That was a weakness of his coming out of college. He's worked on it, but making it a strength the way LeBron has would go a long way toward getting him to that next level.
Pass to Calderon. Deflects the pass. And taken away by Ellis. To the inside. And it's Robinson with the jam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Williams kicks to Calderon from 18 feet away. And there's Williams. That's good on the assist by Calderon.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
The drive by Ellis. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Jose Calderon. One thing about Jose Calderon, you could see the frustration in him last season playing a career-low 42 games, and his averages were down pretty much, Greg, across the board.
And Kevin, he was brought in to kind of invigorate the Knicks' point guard position, but following a preseason calf injury, you know, he missed the team's first 13 games and never was able to really get going. Remember, coming into a new system where he had to learn how to play differently, and then after all that, you know, you have to shut him down because of that left Achilles.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Porzingis, he's checked in for Williams. Anthony comes in for Thomas. And it's a follow in for Langston Galloway.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Robinson goes in, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
And getting back to Jose Calderon, he's been an extremely efficient shooter for a point guard, 48% from the field throughout his career. But last season, he couldn't hit it at all. I mean, he dropped down to 41%.
Here's Anthony. Robinson pulls it in. And Jose Calderon gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in the... So we'll head to the free throw line for two.
And, you know, on the topic of Jose Calderon, his game is predicated on getting others involved. Last season, he had Carmelo Anthony to throw it to, and really pretty much no one else. So defenders could key on him a little more, causing him, I thought, to become just a little less efficient.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
CJ Miles, that's good.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Galloway, the pass to O'Quinn. And the rejection by Mahimi. They retain possession. Right side, Thomas. This one for three. The Pacers pull it in. Mahimi's got the glass covered here. Tonight, 11 boards for him.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
For the Knicks, Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Amundsen. Anthony comes in for Lance Thomas. And it's Grant in for Sasha Vujacic. And that one's good. And the Knicks lead by 17. Miles dishes to Mahimi. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 12 rebounds. Grant kicks to O'Quinn. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Young's checked in for Indiana.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Stolen by Allen. And Robinson with a clear path to the basket. And O'Quinn sends it back. An even 3-on-3 break. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Seraphin's got 4 this quarter.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Anthony on the wing, guarded by Robinson. The drive by Anthony, banked in off the glass. Anthony's got 25 points in the game.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Knicks lead by 13. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. They've got Kevin Seraphin. Lance Thomas out there with Williams. Then there's Grant. And it's Galloway in at the 2. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Shot clock at 6. Here's Grant. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
The line for your Knicks, Jaron.
Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Hill. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Here's Grant. And that is good.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or 2, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
The Knicks leading by 14. Galloway, the pass to Williams. He kicks it to Thomas. Picked by Williams. A 3-ball. Thomas, that's good. And the Knicks lead by 17.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
And it's Ellis penetrating. And the call will be against Langston Galloway. That's his 3rd foul of the game. kicks it out to Ellis. Takes the three. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And the Pacers just missed out on the playoffs last year and would have to settle for 9th in the East. Hard for a team that has been so dominant in the East over recent seasons.
Turner dishes to Hill. And here's George for three.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Galloway kicks to Williams. Hill pulls it in. Hill's got 4 rebounds in this game. The drive by Ellis. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It goes on Jaren Grant. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
Some nice passing by New York here. Galloway kicks to Serafin. Clock at 6. The pass to Galloway. New York, no good that time either.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
Got a piece of it. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Tries to keep it alive. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
The Knicks leading by 14.
On the topic of Jordan Hill, hey, there aren't many guys like him with his size who can move that well. He's entering the prime of his career right now. Will he continue to ascend, or will he be content with where he's at? Time will tell.
How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, a careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly.
Grant kicks to Galloway. Here's Hill. That's good.
And the transition defense now, guys, non-existent, invisible.
Yeah, 3 straight fast break buckets here. The D seems to be sleepwalking.
Serafin.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Outside Hill. He feeds it to George. Pass to Turner. The kick out to Hill. Clock is at 3. Here's Galloway. Grant the pass to Thomas. Feeds it to Serafin. Back to Thomas. Fires for 3. And the shot is good. Thomas got 6 points in the quarter.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
Again, missing Hill.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Grant gets a wide open look. And another fast break chance here for the Pacers. Here we go. It's tipped. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. Some changes for Indiana. Robinson's checked in for Paul George. C.J. Miles comes in for Ellis. Young is subbed in for Hill. The kick out to Hill. Lots of room. And that's off the glass and in. And the Knicks with possession here. 13-point lead. Grant dishes to Williams. Pass to Seraphin. In the corner, it's Galloway. Grant kicks to Thomas. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Now, here is Young. That's tipped. It's stolen by Anthony. And here we go, Anthony heading to the hoop. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Here's Turner. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Calderon kicks to Anthony. They shoot again. And it's good on the way in. Anthony's got 29 in the game.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Lopez with the steal. The drive by Anthony. And the shot falls short this time. Pacers trail by 15. Miles, that's for 2. And again, it's Indiana.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Calderon kicks to Aflalo. And it's Anthony at the elbow. Back to Aflalo. Here's Porzingis. Buries it from three-point range. And the Knicks lead by 16.
And since the start of the fourth quarter, that three-point shot has just been there.
Yeah, exactly. Doing an excellent job, I think, finding the open guy on the perimeter. And the three-pointer is a major weapon for him right now in this quarter.
And that one's good.
I mean, if you're looking to get back into this game, you have to get tougher defensively.
Lopez over to help. Here's Young. Out to Turner. Now Miles. Inside. And Hill throws it down.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Calderon for 3. And again, New York with the triple.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And it's sent back by Lopez. Ball going up court. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Turner. Allen comes in for Jordan Hill. Paul George is checked in for Robinson. And George Hill's subbed in for Young.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Calderon passes to Aflalo. Puts up a 3. Rebound by Mahinmi. Mahinmi's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Here's George. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Anthony.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter. And that's an understatement.
Stolen by Miles. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Hill leading the charge.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
Anthony dishes to Aflalo. The feed to Calderon. It's deflected. Back to Anthony. Down low. Calderon, no good. Pacers trailed by 16. And here's Miles outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Here's Anthony. Here is Miles. He's guarded by Aflalo. They get it back. Mahimi kicks to George. And now the Knicks on the break. Ahead. And a follow. Bucket on the assist by Calderon. Calderon's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Knicks.
Two great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And we've come to expect nothing less from one of the league's elite players, but another tour de force for Carmelo Anthony. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Anthony on the double team. The three from George. No good. And New York the other way now. And now, in transition, it's a follow. Here we go. Outside, George. And it's George again missing.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Calderon against Hill. Calderon passes to a follow. New York, no good that time either. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. And here is Hill. So no problem for New York as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.